Why do we have the First Amendment? The First Amendment is the one that says you have the right to freedom, press, religion, assembly, and petition. We have this amendment because during the period when the Constitution was written, there's an intellectual movement called the Enlightenment. And the Enlightenment was revolutionary thinking about who has rights and what those rights were, including things like all men are created equal. That is an enlightened idea. It's the idea that there are these natural laws that govern society and that those rights are inherent. And what inherent means is that you have those rights no matter what. No one could ever take them away from you. No government could, no person could. Those are your rights. Now, they'll interpret those later to say that it doesn't mean there aren't consequences to those, but those are rights that you have. Now, in the founding period, as they're writing this new Constitution, a group of people emerge that label themselves the Federalist, and they want a strong central government, which is actually not federalism, but they claim that name. It sounds nice, right? And they publish lots of papers about their federal system that they've created. A group of people emerge who are against the Federalists, and they are known as the Anti-Federalists. The Anti-Federalists, a notable one is Patrick Henry, did not like this government that was being created because they felt like the national government was too strong, which was the purpose that the Federalists were doing. They were trying to make a strong central government. And the Anti-Federalists actually want a federal system, but they didn't emerge till the Federalists emerged, and they were just against the Federalists, even though that they actually did want a more federal system. So when the first draft of the Constitution is written, it does not include any rights for people. And the Anti-Federalists say, excuse me, it's supposed to have rights for people. How this government feels too big. And what the Federalists say is very important. They say, no, if we list your rights, if we list them, if we put them out there, the right to speech, the right to assembly, if we list them, that implies you don't have them naturally. Because why would I have to list rights that you have naturally? And the Anti-Federalists say, I don't care, I want them in there. Because they didn't trust that the national government would always give people those rights. So the Anti-Federalists say, we need a Bill of Rights. We need to list them. And James Madison, who ends up writing the Bill of Rights, the whole time it's under protest. He doesn't want to write them because he doesn't think you need to list those things. But without the Bill of Rights, your right to freedom of speech, assembly, petition would not be listed in the Constitution. It would be implied by natural law. Your right to be entitled to due process would also not be listed. It would just be something that would happen naturally. And the Anti-Federalists did not trust a government to do that. And so they insisted. And if you look at the Bill of Rights, you have several rights that really relate to natural rights, things that you technically have no matter what, according to enlightened thinkers, but they believe needed to be listed.